Welcome back. Welcome back. When I tell you what's going on, everyone, welcome back. Shout out to my new subscribers. Really appreciate you. My channel touches on many topics, not just trending or anything like that. Macron got to go. France is on fire. Let me tell you something. The difference between the Europeans and Americans is this: the government is afraid of their people, whereas we are afraid of the government. We protest, but we don't protest the way they do because they make sure they are heard and they will tear some stuff up in which they have been. And watch what I tell you. Macron got to go. He a Satanist and a pedophile anyway. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me see if I can find, and I'm going to prove to you. Years ago, he went to CERN, and I'll get off to CERN another day. They looking for the God particle. And they send the collider up into space, and they have created many dark holes, and they bringing in dark forces. We'll talk about CERN another day. They did a ritual, and the science, it's like 1,000 scientists. They are underground. Let me get my other phone. Let me just show you. If you don't believe that these world leaders worship the Luciferian doctrine and that they Satanists and PDF file, I'm about to read it to you. I have forgot about that part. This is gonna be a long video. Or maybe I'm gonna have to break it down to part one, part two. Oh, let me see if I can find that. Mm, mm, mm. It was called Son of Prediction. Perdition. Son. Let me see if I can find it. Oh shit. I put in the wrong shit. I put in sin. I meant son. The son of prediction in the Bible refers to a person doomed to destruction. It is used in the New Testament to describe two figures: Judas Issachar, the traitor, and the Antichrist. Oh my God, let me see if I can find the video. Let me put a video. I think this is it. I think this is it. But I need Macron.
Of God that rebelled, like you read about in Psalm chapter 2, these beings that should have brought forth information and knowledge, but instead what
that ain't it. I want on the video. Oh damn. Mm. Oh my God. This was so long ago. I wasn't even going to do this. Mm. Okay, this is the article. Okay, I got the article, but let me see if I can get this video.
These 4x4s provide
Let me see if I can get the video. Y'all got to see this.
durability needed to go anywhere. The Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Get a lease with 0 down for 36 months on Bronco and Bronco Sport. Only from your New England Ford dealers.
Let me put in summer prediction ceremony. Damn. Mm. You know what? Let me just put it in on YouTube. Let me just do that. Damn, I should have had this. I didn't even know I was going to go this way. Oh, I didn't put CERN in. All right, let me see. And I saw this video and it messed me up. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna put in ritual. No, ceremony. Oh my God. Is this it? No, that ain't it. Oh my God. Please, God, let me. Mm. at CERN.
Okay, it looks like it's time to make another video about this. Let's talk rituals at CERN, and I'm not just talking about the coffee I need to drink before I start coding. So when people say this, they usually mean one of two things. So the first one is the fake sacrifice that was done by some students. They were pulling a prank, and it went further than they thought it would do. So a bunch of them bought some robes online. They went out in the middle of the night. They filmed a fake sacrifice video, put it up on YouTube, and
Oh my God. Where is it, God? And the video was called Son of Prediction. Let me see if this.
I don't know if you saw the opening ceremony for CERN when they did the.
Here it is.
And it was just so demonic. It was so obvious, and like it had like
This
the
is
eye
it.
of Ishtar, and all the all this sort of
Well,
ISIS.
someone sent me a video recently. They said that the CERN symbol is 666.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like it's just maybe I might even put a little clip of it on the video so they can
Right.
see it while we're
Yeah.
talking about it. It's so obviously demonic, and I feel like as Christians, it's like we don't have to fear that or
No.
worry about it, because that the occult, the enemy will just mimic what's going on in the spirit. So as he's mobilizing, and it's almost like a portal to the spirit world or another dimension. But for me, I'm thinking back to that mountain.
Yeah.
Jesus coming back, and it's like they're doing that because actually in God's kingdom there's a similar thing going on where there's portals opening up. I don't know if you saw the opening ceremony
Now.
of CERN.
Macron was right there in front stage. I keep telling you, and people don't believe it, these leaders worship the Luciferian doctrine.
Where it talks about the anti.
This is another one, and the French president is always there, but I just want y'all to see him in the front.
I don't know if you saw the open.
Look, now this is the angel. This is what they actually do here in Europe. French president right there in the front. But I want y'all to see this president. And you see the angels and them, but that is not the one. Oh my God. If I ever find this, I was blew back. I was blown away. Anyway, so all I'm doing is just trying to prove to you that the French president is a Satanist and a PDO.
I don't know if you saw the.
Oh, that's it. So anyway. Oh, I think this is it. This it.
Okay, we're gonna address this video because before I joined TikTok, I had literally never seen anything.
And
like
the
this
son,
before. I
he
had worked
gives
at CERN for
birth
10
to
years,
the
and
son
I
of
had
prediction.
No idea that people thought this was a thing. Created for the Swiss Railway, and it from the 60s.
I thought they was gonna play the damn video. Let me see if this is.
To make an image.
That he saw was the feed was like a bear.
I mean, it's so important, but I want y'all to see the French president. He was right there. I keep telling y'all these people are Satanists and PDF files. Anyway, I didn't even know I was going here. But anyway, let me get into it. Oh, shit, this is the wrong one. So they protesting, millions is coming up. They tearing shit up in France. And like I said before, the difference is between Europeans and Americans. Europeans tear stuff up. They are not afraid of their government, whereas Americans are terrified of our government. The government is supposed to work for the people, not the other way around. And that's period. That's why you have a constitution. And we are not a democracy, we're a republic. And so, oh, they acting a fool. So let's get into it. This is going to be a long video. France's biggest protest. Who's on strike? It is a nation. All the unions got together. It's a nationwide strike. You ain't never seen nothing like that in America. Because again, the government in Europe are afraid of the people, not the other way around like here. Hundreds of thousands of protesters took to the streets, baby, and they tearing it up. They burning up. They burning up the rich people houses. Do you hear me? They are not playing. Took to the streets across France this week against budget cuts proposed by the government under President Macron as the nation battles a high deficit and debt. More than a dozen trade unions join forces. You ain't never seen nothing like that in America. Do you know how effective, if it's a nationwide strike, everything stops. Don't nothing move. They joined forces on Thursday, went on strike, and rallied people in large cities, including Paris, Lyon, Lille, and Marseille, to express anger against the economic plans. The unrest followed Prime Minister Francois Bayrou's resignation last week after a vote of no confidence and popular backlash against his government's fiscal policies. Macron's selection of close ally Sebastian Lecornu as the new prime minister has further incited anger among many people across the country. Thursday strikes followed the Block Everything anti-government protests that took place last week. Hundreds of protesters were arrested as part of a nationwide movement which saw 175,000 people take part and large police deployments in response. Angry mobs set fires to block highways and patrol stations across the country, erected barricades, and caused damage that halted train and vehicle traffic. Protesters gathered early in the cities across France, including Paris, to mount roadblocks across streets and highways. Several tourist attractions, such as the Louvre in Paris, as well as some metros, were shut down. They shut it down. With 1/3 of the teachers expected to strike, many schools were closed. Some businesses and most pharmacies were not operating. In Paris, protesters clashed with police as officials tried to clear barricades. In the southeastern city of Chambly, dozens cycled on streets to disrupt traffic. Students in Paris, Marseille, and Reims in the northwest took part in entrances. Some held up banners that read, "Tax the rich." They tearing it up over there. Across the country, Palestinian flags were visible as some protesters also stood in solidarity with Palestinians in Gaza during Israel's war on the Strip. Protesters blocked the Eurolinks arms factory in Marseille, which is believed to supply equipment to Israel, while building a large banner that read, "Shut down the genocidal factory." The French National Rail Company, SNCF, said in a statement early on Thursday that while few disruptions were expected on high-speed trains in France and Europe, Most were expected to function as usual. However, regional rail lines as well as Pierce, Metro, and commuter trains were expected to be more seriously disrupted after 91% of the drivers in the capital city have put in strike notices. They shut it down. What's wrong with y'all Americans? Mhm. They shut it down. Air traffic disruptions were minimum as related unions postponed strikes to October. Utility company EDF reduced nuclear energy production by 1.1 gigawatts, according to the state owned broadcaster, as workers lower output as part of the strike. Oh my God. So the utility workers lower electricity going to the people as part of the strike. You can't make this up. Wow. Wow. Officials reported 181 arrests nationwide as the afternoon ended and more than 450,000 demonstrators outside Paris. Paris police reported that another 55,000 people marched in the capital. Participation estimates from the CGT, one of the unions that called the strikes and demonstrations, were double those of police, reporting more than 1 million strikers and protesters nationwide. Interior Minister Bruno early warned of possible disturbances by leftist groups. The government deployed about 80,000 police supported by drones, armored vehicles, and water cannons to keep order. Why are unions protesting? The protests and strikes were organized by several trade unions, mainly in response to budget cuts proposed by the government for 2026. Bayou initially proposed the cuts in July to tackle what he said was a life-threatening debt burden in France. He aimed to cut public spending by 44 billion euros. Beirut's measure included a freeze on pensions, higher health care costs, and a scraping of two public holidays to generate more economic activity. However, the proposals were met with strong opposition in Parliament as well as the streets. Far left parties and the far right banded together to vote against Bayrou, ending his 9-month run and rejecting the budget proposals. Analysts called it a blow to Macron's centralist Renaissance Party, as Bayou was the fourth prime minister ousted in the last 2 years. See what I'm saying? They don't play in Europe. This is their fourth one. LaRue, the former defense minister who was appointed prime minister the same day, has promised to scrape lifelong privileges enjoyed by prime ministers and abandon the public holiday cuts. However, many voters remain unconvinced, and Thursday protests were aimed at as a warning. You feel me? A warning to LaCrue, analysts said. We feel our colleagues were not fooled by the appointment of Sebastian, said the General Secretary SNES, the largest union for middle and high school teachers. Anger was already mounting against the Macron government in general over higher fuel taxes imposed in 20. They tearing it up and later scraped the large-scale protests. In April 2023, Macron again angered many when he forced through pension reforms that raised the retirement age from 62 to 64. They raised it 2 years and they raising us to 70. We ain't did shit. That policy was not reversed despite large protests, also led by trade unions. Trade unions are demanding a reversal of budget cuts and have urged LaCrue to abandon the current budget plans, warning they would negatively affect wages, job security, and access to public service. They argued that the plans are unfair and the rich and corporations should be taxed more to close the budget gaps. In a statement in August, before LaCrue was appointed, 8 trade unions described the proposed measures as ones that targeted workers, those in precarious employment, retirees, and the sick, who said they would be made to pay the price to reduce the debt. The unions also blamed the current debt crisis on Macron's tax relief for businesses after the C-19 pandemic. Meanwhile, the unions have continued to call on Macron to undo the pension reforms he earlier forced through. On Thursday, some protesters also called for Macron to resign. You got to go. You got to go. The president who faces low approval ratings is due to leave office May 2027. Damn, I got to keep this for my union. Now, you see the difference from over there to over here? You ain't never seen all the unions come together as one to protest. No, you have not. Yeah, I got to keep this. During the Block Everything protest, a leaderless citizen movement, about 175,000 people protested on September 10th against Barou's budget measures. The demonstrations were endorsed by leftist political parties. Protesters blocked highways and mounted barricades across the country. More than 540 people were arrested. The movement started online as young people on social media called for a nationwide shutdown. They even got the young people involved. They began circulating hashtags boycott, disobedience, solidarity on social media sites in July and August. See, that's the difference. Europeans is not afraid of their government. They tearing stuff up over there, whereas Americans are afraid and don't do shit. They tore shit up when they raised the age of retirement from 62 to 64. We at 70. The movement started online as young people on social media. I said that. The Block Everything movement has been compared to the widespread Yellow Vest protests in 2018, when protesters marched against the higher food costs imposed by Macron's government. Trade unions said they would not back down unless changes are made and measures are thrown out. Meanwhile, LaCrue met with some opposition parties on Wednesday to rally support for his budget. After LaCrue's meeting with the leftist Socialist Party, which has 66 members, there go that Illuminati number 66. Divide that to two, you got 33, the 33 degrees of Freemasonry. In Parliament, party head Oliver Ferris said the Prime Minister had been vague about his intentions. The party had earlier proposed an alternative budget that could see business subsidy cut and wealthier households taxed more. The Prime Minister gives the impression that he doesn't know which direction he wants to go. If we were to vote today, we will vote for no confidence. Damn. The crew is also lobbying for support from 210 right-left lawmakers who form part of the so-called Central Bloc. They tearing shit up. Okay, now we're gonna go because this is 3 topics in one. I'm hitting everything. That's why I said this gonna be. I'm gonna break it up in part 1 and part 2. And I'm gonna see if I can find and prove to y'all that the Prime Minister is a Satanist. I didn't think about it till I started doing this. So, and then they saying his wife is really a man, allegedly, and they suing Candace Owens for putting all this information out. But that's a picture of his wife. And actually, after what happened to Charlie Kirk, Candace better be careful. What French President Macron and wife Bridget said to other after she shoved him. She slapped the shit around him. So it was many reports the slap heard around the world. She slapped the shit out of him twice. And I'm gonna show you that. French President Emmanuel Macron was scolded by wife Brigitte after she aggressively shoved his face in a shocking moment that went viral. It unfolded on an airplane during a state visit to Vietnam. Oh, I didn't know they was out the country. As the aircraft door opens, President Macron is seen turning toward Bridget. In an unexpected moment, she pushes him in the face, realizing the door is already open and staffs are witnessing the interaction. Emmanuel appears uncomfortable and quickly raises his hand with a forced high. She slapped the shit out of him. So this is it. I'm gonna get into the reports with Candace. So they suing Candace Owens, and Candace Owens went so deep on her that she has a brother. Once she appeared, she was like, "Where the brother at?" The brother ain't never been seen again. That's allegedly she the brother. Well, anyway, damn, and I just their reputation is taking a hit. Bridget Macron wasn't horsing around when she shoved her husband, President Emmanuel, in the face during a political claiming. I would not describe the gesture we saw from inside the plane as one of play, as they tried to claim. Here you go. See how she grabbed? That was the first. Then she slapped the shit out of him. She slapped the dog shit out of him. This is no follow up, shared laughter, grins, or teasing rituals. Macron performs a thick on your feet wave between stepping back towards his wife, but seems to touch his face too in a checking gesture. James believes the seriousness of the altercation could not be downplayed. This is inevitably turned into a joke by some people, but I would call it generally shocking, and I would say the same if it was any other couple walking down any street. She wouldn't even take his hand. She wouldn't take his hand at all. And so reports went everywhere, the slap around the world. If this had been his hand and her face, would it have been called playful? So it should not come from her to win. She wouldn't even touch his hand when they was getting off the plane. hmm And I didn't realize this was in Vietnam. And you should see how she walked. She walked like James believes the forcefulness of Bridget's shove was very telling. Pushing your partner in the face with your hand so hard their head reels to the side, and they need to put a hand out to keep balance, especially what looks like an extra shove at the end of the contact should not be normalized by calling it fun just to say political face. James also took a close look at how the couple interacted after the show, saying that the president appeared to hold his hand out toward his wife, but they walked with no. She was like, get your hand away from me." I was laughing throughout the whole video. Bridget and Emmanuel's shocking exchange was captured on camera evening after dual plane landed in Vietnamese capital. All right, let me go here. 15, 16. Yeah, that's a long article. Okay. Wait till I get on the rules with they Satanists too. Okay, we about to get into some videos. I think I'm gonna hold those other two for part two. And you see, Kamala then released a book talking about how Jill Biden threatened her, never liked her. So shoot. And that's the root. Shit. I don't know what they doing outside. Okay, I'm about to get to these videos. I was trying to set it up for. When I got to 16. I ain't gonna worry about that. Let's get into these videos because I said I don't have to do that no more. Okay, that's DC, France. Here we go. They tearing shit up.
Hundreds of thousands of workers took to the streets to protest against austerity across France. Teachers, train drivers, pharmacists, and hospital staff were among those who went on strike, along with students who walked out of their classes. They urged Emmanuel Macron and his new prime minister to acknowledge their anger and scrap looming budget cuts. They demand more spending on public services, higher taxes on the wealthy, and for the reversal of a policy to make people work longer to get a pension. The French government has vowed to meet with unions.
Whereas we didn't do shit over here. They got mad because they raised retirement age to 64. They done raised to damn near 70. Americans ain't did shit. But I'm going to show you they tore that shit up.
The coming days.
A young nutritionist from the Philippines is literally aiming for the stars as she sets her eyes to become the first Filipino astronaut. Izili with that story.
Nearly 2 years ago, Christine Jane Atienza made history as the
Now, how
first
y'all go to the
Filipino
Philippines?
natin ng mga Filipino na, alam mo yun, parang even yung mga kids
How they go to the damn Philippines? I gotta keep that for my union.
Unrest here in the streets.
Look at they tear it up.
And what organization are you part of? Are you part of Antifa?
Yeah, Antifa.
The streets of Paris are literally on fire. Police have moved in. Today I'm here in France right now. We have hundreds
This
of
is
thousands
Nick
of people
Shirley,
in
and
the
let me
streets.
just tell you something. So George Soros, if you check my early video on George Soros, he funds Antifa. So you see Antifa is around the world. Trump just named Antifa a terrorist organization. Baby, when Trump versus the Illuminati for real, because Soros is Illuminati all the way. Trump versus the Illuminati. Y'all got to look beyond what you hear.
All across France today, there's said to be around 800,000 protesters. You see the cops right here in all of their riot gear. They have gas masks, their riot shields, everything else you would need to fight against the protesters. Today is set to be a day of chaos. Paris is erupting, and the whole entire world's gone mad. We've had protests in Nepal, in Britain, and in the United States. You had the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Everywhere across the world, people are upset, and out here in Paris, they're showing up in the masses. Here in France, some of the
Like, share, subscribe. Hit the like button, please.
especially as they are in such a large deficit, trillions of dollars in debt. They just raised the retirement age from 62 to 65, and in the past 2 years alone, they've had 5 different prime ministers. That just shows how unstable the country of France is right now.
They had 5 prime ministers because why? They didn't like them, and the people spoke out, and they had to get rid of them, just like he about to get rid of the one he just appointed. Trust me, the government worked for the people in Europe, not the other way around, because they tear shit up while we Americans sit back and allow any and everything to happen to us.
Hope to accomplish today in this protest.
I hope that the people of the world today can see that if you show up in mass, the authorities fear you. You run the government,
Facts.
especially in a republic like this.
And
Facts.
is Macron destroying France?
He's part of the problem, but he's like Donald Trump. He's not the disease, he's a symptom.
And why are you out here today?
Because we are angry. We want more rights for the workers. We want more social justice because the rich man doesn't pay enough tax.
And is President Macron a left or a right?
Right. Very right.
And is his wife a boy or a girl? Is Bridget a boy or a girl?
A girl, of course, a woman. Yes. A real woman. So it's bullshit.
You have thousands of people here on the streets of Paris, France right now chanting, Macron, resign. What brings you out here today?
I'm a student, and it's for like the budgets and against fascism and like the rise of nationalism. Against the government and against all Macron is doing with the government and putting like prime minister we don't want to. Yes. And everything. And against nationalism.
And why are you worried about the rise of nationalism?
Because I'm a history student, and when there's a rise of nationalism, there's always wars, and it's always end up bad, really bad.
So what should happen?
I think like the government needs to like change, like everything needs to change, and like more rights for the students, more social rights, and like tax the rich. Surtout taxer les riches.
You think the whole world has gone mad?
Yes. It's because of the United States, I think.
You think it's because of the United States?
Yes.
The streets are absolutely flooded. You have thousands of people over here. You have thousands of people.
Look at them.
And this is just the start of the protest. It has just begun.
It just begun.
Today in France, over 80,000 police officers will be deployed across the country. Right here, you just have a small little group of them, but this is like this all throughout France today. Around 80,000 troops of policemen. And just last week, these same protesters took to the streets and they took over this statue right here. You can see all the graffiti. It says Antifada, anti-fascist, free Gaza, tax the rich. That is why there's around 80,000 police officers out here. And
they tearing shit up.
Any more of their historical sites.
Thank you, Nick Shirley. I love his channel.
These protesters coming through. You have police and you have tanks set up over there. You have so many different groups. You can't even count on all 10 of your fingers. You have the people that are for communism. You have the anti-imperialism. You have the pro-trans. You have the Antifa. You have all this stuff. I can't even name
all funded by George Soros.
And chaos is going to be breaking out very soon in the whole entire world.
And I give it to Trump. He named Antifa a terrorist group this past week. And I know George Soros is pissed. Because he the Illuminati. It's Trump versus Illuminati.
It seems like it's gone mad from Britain to Nepal to the United States with the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and here and one of the most popular destinations in the entire world, Paris, France. What do you guys think about your current government?
Our current government, well, it's trash. We vote in June 2024 for a leftist government, and it's been 1 year and a half that we still have Republicans, and we still have to demonstrate outside every Saturday for
like, share, subscribe, hit that like button, y'all, please.
The government is listening to you.
Oh no, certainly not.
Right now you have everybody with the middle fingers in there. Why are you here today?
We want the president to go away, basically, to just quit, and we want to change the government.
They have stuck Macron's face on some dog poo on the streets of France. The people here are obviously very upset with their president, Macron. They have a whole group of people right behind me right here preparing to go. Looks like something's going to be happening. They're all getting masks on. Yep. You Antifa out here now. But Antifa in the United States was just declared a terrorist organization.
I told y'all.
As they have been proven to promote political violence against their political opponents. All these guys are in the riot gear, and it looks like they're getting ready to make a charge. They're giving some directions in the back. There's a lot of them right here. And here for all the protesters, you have this lady right here with the communist hat. And now you have the protesters chanting at the police. The police here in France do not mess around. They will straight up attack back at the protesters when the protesters show that they're going to attack as well. I don't know what side to choose. I'm not here from France, but either way, both sides do get super violent. Do you want communism?
Yeah. Because I'm girl power.
Are you ready to fight with the police?
No. Yeah, for sure.
For sure, you're ready.
Sure.
What makes you want to fight with the police?
Huh?
You're just waiting.
Just waiting to them to make the first move.
Once they make the first move, you're going?
Yeah.
What do you think this accomplishes?
What?
Attacking the police.
No, this is us attacking us. Them attacking us. Not us.
Would you say that France is in somewhat of a culture or political war here?
Yeah. This is for sure the political war.
And do you have a mask on because if they see your face, they can arrest you?
Yeah, they can scan us.
What makes you worried about what's going on here in Paris and in France right now?
Everything. People are angry. We're starving. We work really hard for nothing. And
what organization are you part of? Are you part of Antifa?
Yeah, Antifa.
Okay, so we have Antifa here, and there's more people that are coming back. They just ran back, and now it looks like you guys are about to go charge after them as well.
We're waiting.
Once the police make a move, you guys will fight.
Yeah.
Do you think there will eventually be a civil war here inside of Paris, inside of France?
I think not, sadly, but we need one. We sure need one.
This is the craziest thing. You have a person protesting.
Now you see the difference between Europeans and Americans. I'm just saying, I'm not inciting anything. I'm just showing the difference, exercising my First Amendment rights, freedom of speech. I'm not advocating any violence whatsoever. None at all.
Hey. The spray paint. What the heck? We got a dumpster on fire here. What in the world? Uh-oh, they're taking it to the police. Antifa has set flames in the streets, lighting this dumpster on fire. Police are right there. We'll see if they come in and move in. But the streets are currently officially on fire. Police have made a shot. Antifa's lighting off fireworks. So on this side you have Antifa lighting off fireworks. On this side you have a dumpster on fire. The dumpster's completely melted away. Now look over here. We have Antifa doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Lighting stuff on fire, shooting fireworks at the police. Police are just over here. Nothing's happened yet. Something's bound to break out. The streets of Paris are literally on fire.
Yeah, oh, I'm gonna change my title. Paris on fire.
Oh, shoot, I just got shot.
Ooh.
I just got shot. I don't know what I just got hit with. I just got shot though. I mean, they shot tear gas at me. I've been shot out here in the streets of Paris. Oh, now everyone's joining in. Everyone in the mask. Street signs are getting taken down. The original Antifa member said, we'll start once they make the first move. I've just seen a lot of first moves made by Antifa out here. Look, I just saw another bottle thrown. Took a bullet for you guys. Hope you guys subscribe. Holy cow.
All funded by George Soros.
The streets of Paris are being set to flames right now. Look, now they're picking up the glass to throw at the police. They're picking up the shards of glass. They're digging out the rock. Okay, I won't film. They're digging out the rocks to throw at the police. And right now you have people digging out the rocks next to this tree to throw at the police. They have a hammer. That's crazy. Okay, no film. And people tell me I can't film. Look. Now he's throwing the rock. Look, now they're chipping away. You got old ladies running. Old ladies are running out of here. They're chiseling out the ground with a hammer and throwing stones at the police. I'm surrounded by a lot of people right now. Everyone in here is in black right now. Everybody in here is in black. Hundreds of members of SC. All in black. Police aren't doing anything yet. They've been getting rocks thrown at them for the past 10 minutes straight. A matter of time before something happens. Antifa's getting a chain link right now.
Oh, damn, he did the UK revolution. Oh, let me, I got to share this to my page.
They're breaking into these buildings. Now they're looting. Police are moving in.
We're missing the police moving in because I'm trying to get another video. Oh, shit. Damn. Oh, shit.
Police have moved in. Police have moved in. They started breaking into these walls. Police have officially taken into the street. Unarrest here in the street. Oh, this kid's gotta get. Oh, they deployed tear gas. Can't see anything. Watch out.
Oh, damn. The police ain't playing.
Absolute unrest here in the streets. The police have just been waiting, and once the protesters, the rioters, Antifa, start breaking in this building, all hell broke loose. Tear gas is out. Police is coming out. Guys are throwing stones. Those aren't even rocks, those are freaking stones. They're grabbing out of the ground. Hell was broken loose here on the streets. This is what happened. The protesters came in. Oh, I can't even breathe. Tear gas. Can't even see. This is what happened. Protesters came in, started breaking through this building right here, this storefront, and then the police came in. This is absolute madness.
That's the difference between Europeans and America. They have 4 prime ministers. The people in France did not like them. They had to go. Macron, your time is up. And I was trying to find early in the video to prove to y'all that he is part of the Illuminati. He worshipped the Luciferian doctrine. I cannot find that damn video. I didn't think about it because I saw it years ago. Because it's a video when he was at CERN for the celebration. Maybe. And they did a son of prediction where this woman gave birth to the Antichrist. Fuck me. I keep trying to tell y'all. Y'all think I don't know what I'm talking. I know what I've seen and I cannot find the video. Pierce on fire. They ain't playing. Oh, that's in Europe.
Attacking their own people. Here's the man who was hit. He's been cleaned up.
Oh, I got to get on Brooklyn. Oh my God. I got to get. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Nick Shirley. Y'all subscribe to him. It's going down. I guess I got to do part 2 because I got 3 topics in one. Is his wife a man that Candace Owens alleges and is being sued for when the wife slapped the shit out of Macron, and the fact that the whole country of Europe, France, is on fire. Oh, let me see. Where's my notes at? You ain't never seen all the unions in France got together as one on last Thursday and protested against their government for the budget cuts. They did a nationwide walkout. You ain't never seen nothing like that in the United States. That's the difference. We weak as hell here. Let me see, because I'm going to have to. Okay, that's where they suing her. Okay, that's when I do my child review. Let me see. Oh, this is my TD Jakes. Okay, let me get this other one. Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe I'm gonna keep going. I think I'm gonna keep going. This is when he get emasculated by his wife.
The strangest insight into the already bizarre relationship between French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte, 24 years his senior. That just landed in Vietnam.
That's why I didn't know she was that old.
The crowd was waiting for Macron and his wife.
Oh, she must got some money. She 25. No wonder she walked like an old man. She 24 years old. No wonder.
To come out when suddenly there was this. Brigitte apparently hitting her husband in the face. Macron realizing people must have seen it. Looks a bit shocked.
She knocked the shit out of him.
Then they both emerged. She later still refusing to take his arm. And then they didn't look too happy at the bottom of the stairs either. In fact, Macron had a fist clenched, tense. And even weirder was that his office first denied that what you saw was actually real. It claimed, oh, this is an artificial intelligence fake, made to make Macron look bad. And then his staffer said, oh, well, look, actually, they're just fooling around after a long flight. And then
but you see, she knocked the shit out of him.
Gave it away.
Et plutôt de plaisanter avec mon épouse. We were squabbling and I was joking with my wife, and I'm surprised by it. And it becomes some sort of geoplanetary catastrophe.
Catastrophe géoplanétaire, donc faut que tout le monde se calme.
Everybody needs to calm down. Really focus on actual news.
I didn't know that squabbling was what you called hitting someone in the face. But anyway, attention on his marriage is actually the last thing Macron needs, because the way this couple met could have had his wife in jail had it happened here. Macron was just 15 years old when he appeared in a school play that was directed by Brigitte Macron, who happened to be his drama teacher, 35 years old, married and with 3 children. They were spotted kissing, and Macron was sent away to Paris to another school. Years later, they did marry.
Wow. So allegedly, she molested him at 15 and she was 35. Damn. Wow, that says a lot. No wonder she's so damn old. You should see how she walked. Oh my God.
When he was an adult. It seems Brigitte is still a teacher who believes in corporal punishment. Joining me to discuss foreign affairs is Sean Spicer, the first White House spokesman of President Donald Trump. Sean Spicer, great to see you. Look, I am going to get onto American politics, of course, but I just can't resist asking you because you were there at the White House when Macron and his
like, share, subscribe, hit that like button, y'all.
You saw the couple again in a visit to Brussels, I believe, about 8 years ago. Looking now at Brigitte Macron pushing or hitting or punching her husband in the face, what do you make of it?
Well, I'm glad I was nice to her. We laugh, Andrew, and I think that that's kind of been the general reaction. But there is a real seriousness to this for all of the talk that we've had over the past few years about domestic violence And it clearly it goes both ways. And I know that, you know, there's a lot of jokes to be had at Macron's expense, but there is a serious aspect to this that I don't think should be overlooked. And I know even when their initial response, you know, they tried to initially deny this, but the tape was so clear as to what was going on. You know, I think we've got to figure out how to balance this. But yeah, 8 years ago, almost to the weekend, we were in Brussels for a NATO summit, and they invited President Trump over to, I guess it's their ambassador. I was looking at the picture the other day. I forgot exactly where, but I think it was the French ambassador's residence there. And so we went. They were very kind and welcoming. And he's always had a very warm relationship with President Trump. But he might want to come stay at Blair House here in the United States to get out of town if things continue the way that they might do.
She slapped the shit out of him. Lord have mercy. Okay, I'm going to come back with part 2. I'm going to break it up in 2 parts. I had no idea she was 35 and he was 15 when they got. So allegedly she molested. Wow. Like, shit, I hit the like button. I'm about to do part 2 right now.